Sleigh bells ring, are you listening? In the lane, snow is glistening. A beautiful sight, we're happy tonight, walking in a winter wonderland. Gone away is the bluebird, here to stay.
Hello and welcome to a cozy Christmas decorating episode of my DIY and sewing channel, CaitMakes. I'm going to be decorating my entryway, my living room, which includes my mantle and my tree and a bar cart, and lots of other little spaces that I'm going to give a nice Christmas touch. So get cozy, grab something warm to drink, and I hope you enjoy this video.
We can build a snowman, we'll pretend that here's Parson Brown. He'll say I am married, we'll say no man, but you can do the job when you're in town. Later on we'll conspire as we dream by the fire to face unafraid the plans that we made, walking in a winter wonderland.
I want to put a couple trees in the corner here. I have two of these that I found at the thrift store last year. So I want to create a little bit of height since they're the exact same size. I'd like one to be slightly bigger. So use a cardboard box and put that in the corner. And then grab some faux snow.
And here's Parson Brown. We'll say I already.
Okay, I can keep playing with that, but I think let's start there. Okay, so this one in the corner, squished in there as possible because I don't want to take up too much of the mirror so that the mirror is still useful. The second one. And then I want to add one more thing. I have this little candy dish technically, but I usually like to keep pistachios in there, and I think that it'll look pretty right here and an easy place to grab them and snack. I think a snack is always a nice way to welcome people into your house. I just want to put some little fairy lights through these trees, and then I think that this is good. I like that I still have plenty of space to use this table, but we still get a cute little snowy, wintry scene to welcome you into the house. Okay, and then we just have a regular welcome mat here, but I'm going to put this one down, which I got last year at the thrift store. I feel like this is commercially produced, but I don't know, maybe someone's cute grandma made this. I have no idea, but I think it's absolutely adorable. I couldn't believe how lucky I was when I found it at the thrift store. It has these cute little cottages on it, and the red and green and white, and then there's little bits of gold sparkly thread throughout. So this was quite the find. I think I got it for like $7 at the most. This is Chloe. If you haven't met her, she will obviously be making appearances throughout this video. Huh? So I'm going to try my hand at this viral, no damage Christmas garland. I think the only thing I haven't seen someone do to one of these is add fake snow to it. Most of them are multiple garlands in order for it to be full enough to cover up the curtain rod. And garlands can just be expensive. I'm going to do a more budget-friendly one and something that I haven't seen before and that hopefully looks cute. This is just a $15 tension rod from Amazon. I have a garland here that matches the wreath from Target. That garland was $20, which I think is a steal. And then I have a bag of fake snow, which is about $6.98. And then I have some ribbons and these cute little bells. So I think we can do this for a really reasonable price and hopefully it looks cute.
So for this, I tried to wrap it around loosely at first to make it more full, but I found that the best way to do it is to wrap the snow as tightly as you can, and then just fluff the snow to make it more full.
Okay, that was fun. I think that that's a good base. As of right now, it is a nice fluffy cloud of snow. If you haven't worked with faux snow before, you really just fluff it until it looks how you want. So it's really malleable and I can kind of keep messing with it. Best thing is to not make it look too perfect, but then also you don't want to overstretch it and it starts to look like a spider web. And now let's add some bells. This little bar cart area is a newer addition to my house, so I've never decorated this area for Christmas before. I'm excited to see what I can do with this little space. First off, I definitely want to switch out anything in my vases from fall to winter. This was an adorable dollar section find. This one was $5, but so cute. It's a little storage container and very cute little gingerbread house. I'm going to put some festive candy in here, probably some candy canes, because there's probably a drink I could do with those, which would be really cute. I have two newer garlands that I'm very excited to use and are much nicer quality. But for this space, since it's not quite as high priority as the other two spaces I want to use them for, I'm going to be using my very old garland. I think this was a Target purchase probably in like 2016 or something, but it's still going strong, and after I fluff it up a bit, it always looks better. But I want to put this one all around here because how cute and festive does that look? So I'm just going to wrap this around. It's honestly not terrible as it is, but it really helps so much once you fluff it out a bit. I think this little deer snow globe is perfect. My mom got this for me quite a while ago, back when I wanted everything to be white. And I think that will look perfect there. It just kind of peeks out and it still leaves room for me to maneuver on top of this when I'm actually using it to make drinks. The rest of this room is going to have a lot of pops of red, so I feel like I need to carry that over here. So I have a bunch of bows that I use over and over again every year. Most of them I attach little floral wire to, and then I can attach them, you know, to garlands or to wreaths or wherever. Floral wire is the best. So for this, I think I'm just going to kind of bend it in a 90-degree angle so that I can just slip it behind the picture frame and have it sit out front. And I think that looks so cute. I love adding unnecessary bows during Christmas time because how much more festive did that picture just get? And then one more red touch. I got this little garland from Hobby Lobby for about $4. I think originally it's like $9. I feel like it being mostly brown kind of still lends it towards this more vintage look. So I stepped away from this for a bit to finish the entryway, and I have more ideas of how to make it even more magical. It just wasn't quite there. I think it looks great, but I want more. So I did go ahead and add some fairy lights here so that we can have it nice and lit. I went ahead and baked some orange slices, which highly recommend. The bake is definitely not even on all of them. Some I did better than others, but overall really easy. I just baked them at 200 degrees and kept an eye on them and brought them out as they were ready, and I tried to cut them as thin as possible so that they would dry out quickly. But I'm going to go ahead and add a bunch of these to the garland. I think that's really going to take it from a cheaper garland to something that looks more expensive and more vintage also. I just feel like the orange slices give a much more like Victorian vintage feel, which I love. I I really want to cover up this light switch. We never use it and it just bothers me. So I'm going to put this little flocked tree here. This was another like Target dollar section find a couple years ago. Voila. Light switch gone. Yay. And then I'm going to use a second one. Yeah, that looks nice. And then I'm going to use some of these smaller ones that I don't think will be great for decorating with and that I think would be really cute for little drink garnishes. So I'm just going to put that on one of these lower shelves. I had some extra maroon ribbon. If you watched my birthday dress video, then you know. But I thought this would be so cute tied on to the glasses and just to give the other shelves a little touch of Christmas, and I love it. Next up, let's work on this mantle. Apologies for the glare on the screen, but in order for you to be able to see this footage, it needs to be daytime and there's just glare. So I have to keep it fairly low because our sensor is at the bottom here and it gets a little finicky if I cover that up. And this is a rental home, so we don't have this giant TV put up onto the wall. So first of all, I have a brand new garland here that I am so happy about. This is the Norfolk pine. That's just amazing, amazing quality. But this one specifically was on like a 50% off sale. So I couldn't pass it up. I've been wanting one of these for so many years and they're just always really expensive. So yeah, I got this one and I think it is going to be absolutely gorgeous on here. What I really like about this kind is that it just drapes really well, and since I can't do a lot of height, I think that one that is good at draping is kind of the key. So I have 3 of these picks, and I'd like to add them into this just because I really wanted it to be able to have this drape, and this garland isn't quite long enough for that on its own, but I think if I fill in this space with the pick, and if I just kind of blend the 3 into this one, then it can kind of all be one. And I typically do this where I mix like picks and a garland, and then I also have a lot of pine cones and then these red berries. And once you sprinkle enough stuff on it, then it all kind of ends up looking like one. Right now this doesn't look connected enough, but once you start filling in any gaps and spaces with the same like accessories, I guess you could say, it starts all looking like one piece. And I think I'm liking this general shape. This might be hanging a little bit lower than I want. We'll see if I need to pin that one up or not.
Gone away is the bluebird, here to stay is a new bird. To sing a love song while we stroll along, walking in a winter wonderland. In the meadow we can build a snow.
Alright, I think that's looking pretty good so far. As you can see, I think it looks much more like one piece now that I've put the berries and pine cones all throughout. When in doubt, just keep adding stuff to your garland and I think it ends up looking really pretty and obviously more and more full. And it's just about time to move on to the main event, to the Christmas tree.
Plans that we made, walking in a winter wonderland.
So I finally have the tree up and lit. Lighting the tree is always the least fun part of this whole process, but now it looks so magical. Once those twinkle lights are up, it just makes the whole room feel totally different. As you can probably tell, I love an aesthetic. I like things to look really pretty, but my tree is also full of nostalgic memories. My husband and I gift each other a Christmas ornament every year. We've been doing that for many, many years. We've been married for 7 years, and we were doing it years before that when we were dating. So we have lots of nostalgic ornaments, and personally, those are my favorite kind of trees. So I try to make mine a mix of both, where it's still aesthetic and pretty, but when you come in close, you're looking at an ornament that brings you a lovely memory. So with that said, I'm going to start decorating. The last couple of years, I've liked to add just a little bit of tinsel. I just add them individually. I just love how they catch the light, and I don't add a lot of them because I don't want it to look, you know, like a 50s tree and have too much tinsel, but I do think a little bit kind of goes with any style of tree. It just adds some really pretty sparkle, and it doesn't take up the space of an ornament or anything because they're so tiny. It's really just something else to twinkle on the tree. And then I always put in the sensicles, since huge downside to having a fake tree is that you don't get the real tree smell. So I put these in. They can be kind of strong, so start with a couple and see how you feel. With these, you get the strongest smell like as you go up to the trees, just more of the real tree experience. And they just hang and are very discreet and green. Just kind of tuck them way in the back.
Sleigh bells ring, are you listening? In the lane, snow is glistening. A beautiful sight, we're happy tonight, walking in a winter wonderland. Gone away is the bluebird, here to stay is a new bird. To sing a love song while we stroll along, walking in a winter wonderland. In the meadow we can build a snowman. We'll pretend that here's Parson Brown. He'll say I am married, we'll say no man, but you can do the job when you're in town. Later on we'll conspire as we dream by the fire, to face unafraid plans that we made, walking in a winter wonderland.
Oh, hi. Come on in.
Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful holiday season or a wonderful winter, whatever you're celebrating. I hope you have a magical month ahead of you, full of lots of joy and love. And if you enjoyed this video, please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. That is a completely free way to support my channel, and it makes a big difference to me. I typically post DIYs and sewing content on this channel, but I sprinkle in some decorating every now and then because I love that as well, and it's really just another form of DIY. Personally, I think it goes in the DIY category. So if you're interested in any of those things, make sure to subscribe or make sure to tune back in next week for a new video. I hope you have a wonderful day and a wonderful week, and I will talk to you soon. Bye!
Walking in a winter wonderland. In the meadow we can build a snowman.